Hey everyone, welcome to Billy Goat Tales. I'm already having audio problems, so I did not even hear our intro. So sorry about that. Welcome to Billy Goat Tales. Well, welcome to a Sunday afternoon with the crew. Let's go around and say hello to the team. What's going on, Jimmy Jim?
What's going on, Billy?
Oh, Billy.
Another
Ah!
beautiful Sunday.
It is another beautiful Sunday. When I hit the go live, it said on my screen, your web browser did not load the video. So I had no clue what was going on. What's going on, Tex-Mex Biomex?
Boom, 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 boom.
I was waiting for. How you doing? Good to see you all. Dave, got a great show again yesterday, and Jimbo Fett. I'm sure we'll hear about it later. But Jimmy Jim, and Taco Berry were on for almost a 12-hour shift. That was a long day for y'all. But good to be with you guys, fam.
Come on, Dave. Goodness gracious. We're gonna have to cut Dave's hands off before each stream or something. What's going on, Dave Digital?
What's going on? It's not my hands. My hands are
Not-
fully visible. Looking at a Bitcoin long, I'll have to see what's going on. This really is moving slow. I'd like for it to move a little bit faster, hoping to come up to about 115 before we come down any much lower than we are at right now. Also in a few altcoin longs, but we'll have to see if we're going to bounce. We're going to need to bounce pretty soon, I think. What do y'all think?
Yeah, we'll get into it with DDT here. DDT's in the building, so we'll be getting into that today. We have a lot lined up today. We're going to be talking about some stable coins. We're going to be talking about the new food token, maybe even that Solana trading card piece that you brought up, that Redman brought up, Project Crypto. We're getting into a lot of conversation today. So first, let's say hello to the chat, Jimmy Jim.
Let's do it. Let's see here. We got Tex-Mex Biomex was first in the chat. It looks like so. I guess first in the chat defaults down to Jesse, and then that nut chaser Squirrel Shine Bob popped in for a minute. We got Andrea and Crypto Billy popped in to say hi. Dave Digital did, and then Andrea and Dark Crash. I didn't skip Dark Crash. Can't skip Dark Crash. Then Witch Wife and Dutchy. I think Dutchy even dropped in on us last night during our stream, our marathon of a stream. Trade Intuition. Good to see you, man. And who else? Nightbot. Good to see you always. Keeping people straight. And Melissa and the old Rusty Bot. Of no relation to Nightbot, but we like to keep them both lubed up.
Drop the
And then we
WD-40
got
can.
DDT, our resident chart guy, and who else? There's Keith, Crypto Coin Mindset. Welcome, my fella, and let's say all set to round it out.
And Karen, I said, did you say Karen? I saw
I don't remember
Karen's
saying
name.
Karen. I don't see Karen.
I saw Karen in the chat as far as somebody said hi to her, so I thought she was in there. But welcome, everyone. Welcome to Billy Goat Tales. We appreciate it. I think Redman's not with us today, so we're going to get into some crypto bubbles to start off with. Let's see what's going on there, Dave. All right. So, wow, SPX still cranking, huh? It just always seems to be cranking. And Caspa finally getting a little action out of Caspa coin, which that's one of our favorite. It was like 15%. Now it's back down a little bit to 0.22. You guys get into any of that on the World Liberty Finance? I didn't get in on any of that, but I did see that it was moving. Pingu. That sounded like red. Pingu, Pudgy Penguins, 029. Let's see. This is on the hour too, guys. Solana got a little bump there. 204. And Arrow, my baby, Arrow, $1.13. Block 13, that looks like a good entry, not financial advice, something I'm eyeing up myself, but I like that. I traded that. I got out at buck 55, so that was a beautiful trade. On the day, what do we have here? WLD moving and grooving on a lot of exchanges. Buck 3, almost a buck 4 world coin. And look, Pi took a little bit of a pullback, huh? So 0.1616 cents, another one on a lot of exchanges. Let's see, what else do we have? Form over here, which is FOUR. We got there. Oh, it's moving. It's moving. 1.52 billion market cap. And there's something, if you're a hexagon, how they say it? Hexagon. I'm not.
Hexagons.
Heard a lot about this. This coin was moving and grooving as far as trade. So I'm probably going to be keeping my eye on that. See, maybe check some setups on that particular coin. I like fast moving logs, so I try to jump into them. Then on the weekly, let's see what we got over here. Oh, that meme, yeah, meme core. Oh, buck 79. Thing is just doing all kinds of crazy action, and of course, pump.fun. I think Red did a nice little short on pump.fun. That was a great short, telling our viewers all about that. Yeah, man. And then the month, what do we look? I got a lot of red on the month, guys. So it hasn't been a long month yet, but it's been a red month. And then of course we're looking great on the year. Generally speaking, we're looking great on the year. And go back to the hour really quick. That's about it. Yeah. So there's your bubbles for today. Fast and furious. I don't do as good a job as the red man does, but we also got to do coin market cap. So I'll kick it over to you, Tony.
Let's go. All right, so we're jumping into the crypto market cap, or the coin market cap. Here, of course, bitty Bitcoin on top, as usual. That's its normal resting place. It's up 2% on the weekly, with Ethereum down almost 3.5 on the weekly. XRP at 2.5 gains. So a little bit of red, a little bit of green. Just depends on what you want for Christmas. And so I'm going to go ahead and share the fear and greed on the separate tab. It goes a little bit more in detail. So the fear and greed's at a 40. Last week was at a 40 as well, and yesterday is a 41. So not much change in the fear and greed. Probably not financial advice, but it seems to when the fear and greed's low, that's usually helps you see that there might be a good buying opportunity. Although I think Billy likes it to be a little below 30. Isn't that right, Billy?
Yeah, that in the teens is great, but I buy 30 and below. Yes. I buy 39, actually. I just bought 39 the other day. So, yeah.
There you go. And then the altcoin season, 75 is what we need on this. 75 out of 100 is what we need to really kind of show that there's an altcoin season going. We're still in the 50s. Last week, we were about the same number. So we haven't really moved. Might have gone up and down a little bit during the week, but we're still at the same number we were at for last week. And, we've got the top 100 coin performance over the last 90 days. MXY, don't know anything about it. Do your own research, of course, on all of these. OKB, got Pungu, Crow, Arrow, your baby, I think is what you said earlier. So quite a few tokens. Let's see where Bitcoin falls. So Bitcoin is fairly far down the list there. So, hopefully we still have this altcoin season coming soon, and towards the end of the year, hopefully we have our another highs all across the board and give us some more greens. So our trending coins, so there's other categories in here. Trending coins, Salt Layer, you got, of course, Bitcoin you got there. Most visited, doesn't tell us much there. So the new coins, you got Bucky. I don't know if that's a Bucky Beaver, but you got Bucky, you got some Pokemon cards. Oh, didn't Red tell us about that he was telling us about that during the meeting. So over an hour ago, I don't even think that was in the top 10, and now it's already jumped up. a lot of volatility, obviously. So be careful if you're jumping into something like that. But these apparently might be some digital Pokemon cards that have turned tokenized. So our
Yeah, I think we
gainers.
got a little story on that. We'll bring it up if we have time, because it is something new and fresh that maybe our viewers need to know about. Yeah.
There you go. We got real world assets. So of course we've got gold. I looked and I like what it shows here on real world assets. You have a total tokenized market cap. So tokenized real world assets, you got over 2 billion.
I can't see what you're looking at. Can y'all see what he's looking at?
I see the top 100 coins performance over 90 days.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tony.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I think I'd stop switching back. So thank you for that, Dave. So on
Keep him straight, Dave,
coin,
keep him straight. You got to keep Tony
Yeah.
straight. He turns into a brick every once in a while.
There
you
you go.
hey, what are you talking about? So on the coin market cap on these different sections here that you're looking at now, looking at the real world assets, gold is number one as far as tokenized gold. But yeah, it has its own market cap of over 2 billion, which is a pretty large number if you ask me. And then the top issuers, you have almost a little over, well, the majority is Paxos, and then you have Tether. And then you have a mixture of Ondo, you have Matrixed, you have Backed assets, and then other. And on the networks, Ethereum pretty much takes the brunt of it. Almost 98% is on Ethereum, 1.5%, and Solana. Arbitrum's got a little tiny bit there, and then Hyper EVM and XDC network. So as far as tokenized real world assets, you have gold, Nvidia Corp, a lot of your traditional stocks that have been tokenized. Taiwan Semiconductor, really, really big in the chip industry. So that kind of breaks it down for our coin market cap today. Let's jump into something else.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. Good job, Tony. We got one of the topics we wanted to talk about. Hopefully, we'll get to the Solana piece if we have time. We do have some articles on it, but one of the things, this Project Crypto. So just so everybody knows, I just don't hear enough about Project Crypto. So we understand the Clarity Act. Everyone understands the Genius Act and the Clarity Act, but Project Crypto set up by the SEC. I highlighted some like cliff notes from it. I wanted to make sure everybody heard this. So Project Crypto is the most bullish regulatory shift we've ever seen. It makes 3 very important changes. One, almost all tokens are not securities. That's huge, right? And we're going to have a piece on Gary Gensler too in a little bit. I think you guys are going to like this. But this shift allows projects to be more transparent about revenue and token mechanics without regulatory fear. It allows crypto businesses to share revenues with users. No more pretending tokens have no value. It's huge. Yeah. Lastly, it gives crypto startups 2 to 3 years to launch and to iterate before facing heavy regulation. So if you're in a crypto business, before they come right after you, now you get a chance to set up and actually begin business without having the fear of the SEC coming down on you. And then number 2, token launches. Token launches are now legal in the US. That is just huge, right? So US-based startups can finally issue tokens without going through weird offshore accounts and offshore structures. It also allows. So there's a lot of old ICOs back in 2020 and 2018, 19, 20. But later on, everybody started thinking, oh, those could be securities. And by participating in them, I might be on that short list to get an IRS audit or something. Well, now that's all cleared up. So that's huge. Self-custody, another big thing. Number 3, there's a clear rebuke to the old Operation Choke Point, and it was Choke Point 2.0 crackdown on wallets. The new SEC says You have the right to bear crypto. I love that. You have the right to bear crypto. For years, hostile regulators, a war on crypto made this asset class toxic for Wall Street. Now it has the same green light to move in, and Wall Street's appetite for crypto is absolutely massive. And it just goes into this entire, like the ETH ETFs, the Bitcoin ETFs, and the fact that we are free now. We are free to continue to move, and it has trillions of dollars of regular businesses now sitting on the sidelines, preparing to enter. That's why I feel this cycle is just so different than any other cycle. And I'm so bullish. And it's hard to be bullish right now because all of us in crypto, we know we're in the ninth inning, the bottom of the ninth, really, for the 4-year cycle, right? But we also have all of this fresh new liquidity coming in to crypto. And what does that mean? Does that mean a super cycle? Does that mean an extended cycle? Does that mean a huge altcoin season or no altcoin season? What does it mean? So it's a great time. And I still say we're early to own crypto and to be in crypto. And so I'll kick it around. What do you think about this, Tony? Project Crypto, and I just don't hear enough about it. Thought I'd throw it on the agenda today. What's your thoughts, man? Boom, boom, boom. What's that mean, Tony? What's that?
Oh, I think he's got people.
Oh, yeah. All right, Dave Digital. What's your thoughts, man?
I mean, I think it's obviously it's bullish, so, but we don't. My only thought is this: we only have it for a very limited time, right? We have it until 2028, and then hopefully they're prepared to extend this friendly government to us, past that, because we don't know what's going to happen. Because we know right before this election, man, was it scary. So that's what I'm hoping. I love that it's here. I'm skeptical about how long is it going to last.
Yeah. Jim, what you thinking about it, bro?
Well, I think Pandora's out of the box. I think it's going to be tough to get her back in.
You're breaking up on my end. Was he breaking up on your end, Dave?
Yeah, it sounds like a helicopter.
Very
Jimmy's a
digitized.
helicopter today.
Sorry, Billy. I had an audio issue.
All right.
Tony's back.
We're just kicking it off just wonderfully today, are we? I couldn't hear the beginning. And I go to Tony. He can't talk. Jimmy's cutting up like a chopper.
Hey, well, while Jimmy's trying to get his stuff going back up, so there's been 50 billion inflows since January of 24 on the Bitcoin ETF. There's been 10 billion in the ETH ETF. You've got traditional gold ETF has 100 billion. So if 50 billion in inflows for Bitcoin just in a little over a year and a half compared to the gold, and it's already halfway there. I mean, I think that's a pretty strong indicator. So
Yeah. Yep. DDT.
Self-custody rights, everything else.
DDT, you got any thoughts on this before we go to the charts with you? Project Crypto, bullish, bearish? What's your thoughts, man?
Good evening. It gives a little bit of runway and leeway in regards to newer crypto companies kind of getting a foothold and getting set up. So it could be good. But also as well, like Dave mentions, the timeline as it runs very close to the next election, kind of with this 2 to 3 years that they get to kind of get set up and get going before they kind of starting to get scrutinized anyway. That's the risk that the presidency changes to the other party and maybe they're less receptive and they try and revoke everything. So that's the only risk. But I think it's good though, because obviously it takes a while for crypto companies to get off, or basically any company. You need to get funding. Right. Yeah, it's not a snap your fingers and things get going. So for the most part, it gives them at least some time to get everything ready as well, because when you're looking at kind of all the other companies like Ripple and all these companies that were literally lambasted by the SEC, even Coinbase for that matter, like they had very little time to get their legal cases together. It's like, okay, here's a lawsuit, like without even like what did we do wrong? Like, so now they can be better prepared to kind of meet the requirements by the CFTC and the SEC generally.
Yeah,
So,
but I mean, how fast can you start up a business? You know what I'm saying? I mean, how fast can you get going and get one of these, what do they say, ICOs going? I mean, we can now with AI, but you have to be really ready.
yeah, it
You
takes
know?
time, and that's the thing. At least this gives them time. I think that's the only kind of the grace here with these new companies.
Yeah, and to make a 5-year plan's got to be very difficult because there's a lot of things that may or may not change at the end of this term.
Yeah, external extenuating factors could kind of cause a bit of issues later on for them. But I think most of the companies generally have a runway or kind of a plan to kind of see them through and kind of stick to, or at least if they do a few diversions, they've got some sort of plan to kind of keep on track with their development and kind of funding and RCO or whatever the case may be, whatever they plan to do.
Yeah. BC Port Corp, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Dutchy, good to see you. Appreciate you guys. Pole Man's in the chat. Good to see you, Pole Man. And I see Andrea said, Tony, you're so funny. Let's see. Anybody else just want to say hi? We will get into some DDT charts. Let's pull up some Bitcoin if you got a minute, DDT. Let's pull that thing up. I'm trying to. It won't let me.
Yeah, I have shared it. So yeah, just waiting on you guys. It's already in the loop.
There we go.
Yeah. So something I was quickly just looking at, and a few people kind of on X, whoever it is, we've had 3 red weeks prior to this week. Usually, I did say, I think on your stream on Monday, Billy, was just kind of the 3 weeks before. We've had 3 red weeks in succession. Obviously, that leads to a bigger correction. So that was the concern. But also as well, with these 3 weeks before here, we didn't really kind of have the support. And obviously, you had a fair bit of imbalance below you, kind of specifically if you're just looking at vector candles, fair value gaps. But now it's fairly balanced price action. Literally, most of this move up and kind of back down. There's not too much imbalance. So from a general price action perspective, it doesn't look as if this is going to cause the bigger correction here of the next, say, 20% down, 15 to 20% down, kind of just candle-wise structure. Market Cypher B, specifically on the weekly, the VWAP's flat. So obviously, yeah, price is going sideways this week generally. But if we look at the daily, kind of just looking at candlesticks, I'll get the other levels and stuff on. Going sideways, not much to, we had a little bit of a sweep yesterday, which I'll get to, but it looks as if we are kind of hitting heads around like 112 at this point, and kind of just by the momentum, and obviously money flows red on the daily, so, and also coming out kind of quite aggressively, kind of on that time frame. It may be that either we go sideways or we do take another drop to the downside. But specifically what happened in this week, if I load up all my levels and I zoom in, we kind of, when we came into this around last week, Sunday, Monday, even into Tuesday, we hit some key levels of support. So I have the 2 kind of volume profiles to this side. We hit a key POC, which is a high volume level. I think there was actually, if you look back, it was probably order blocks and stuff here as well, kind of just that in general. But as well as we got the 4-hour divergence, we had obviously divergence, but also as well extenuating factor. Money flow is trending up, so obviously there was buys, and you can see because of the vector candles, kind of it shows there was a decent lot of buying coming in. So not just using the divergences by themselves, it's into a level. We also as well, if you flip to the daily, we tagged. So on the 4-hour, it doesn't show that we tagged the anchored VWAP from 74,000 low, but on the daily it does, because obviously the volume increases so that was kind of a setup that kind of we were looking for. And then obviously what's happened subject to that or subsequent to that is if we look how we flipped market structure. So 4 hour down, you can call it 4 hour W, went into the POCs, had the divergence lower, came up. That was the structure level to flip at 109,450, broke above it, retested it, long wick, got buying pressure, bought up, and obviously headed back up to a kind of the volume profile just above us. There's a local volume profile just above here, hit there, kind of also as well, depending on what time frame you're on. We actually tagged this anchored VWAP as well. And when looking as well, you're looking at the 4 hour reverse divergence with money flow trending out. So that was kind of the short there. So it's just basically ranging for now. I'm still of the view that we do come down lower, specifically because when I kind of just look at local price action on this template of mine, obviously over yesterday, we took out the Friday low, we've come down. I've kind of marked this as the weekend low and obviously came down deviation, and it's just still within all of this. But I think what's happened is here, because of the fast move on Friday, it's now counterbalancing all of this imbalance kind of locally. So it's building volume, it's looking okay. But generally, what tends to happen either Monday or Tuesday or even Asia Open on a Sunday, like tonight, this evening, this afternoon, wherever you are in the world, generally it could either sweep up and kind of close the CME gap. On the CME chart, there's a CME gap at 112,000, give or take. Obviously, it's 11,500, 11,600 on Binance. But also as well, you have this kind of low here. So generally what the Asia session or UK session into New York on Monday would do a false move to kind of flush out all the weekend trades or generally pick up stop losses and just be a fake move. So kind of I'm hoping for the most part that we come back into 109,850, kind of we sweep. Well, basically what we've done is a whole rotation of the weekend. So we fit the lows, bounced off the lows, come back to the highs, and kind of we're ranging around the highs. Generally, what tends to happen as well, we're ranging up here. Money flow looks good, so it's kind of just zigzagging. But for the most part, I think we've now kind of hit the what's called the dead gap. It's kind of the period now between futures open and Asia session. So what I'm probably kind of most likely thinking at this point is that we do come down a bit further. The 4 hour kind of, if we're looking at here as well, is kind of just wicking here. There's a little bit of sell pressure coming up here, and there's obviously shorts entering with CVD going red and obviously open just going up. So obviously there's new shorts opening there. So for the most part, I'm thinking we'll probably tag this 109,850. If I look at the market structure, that basically just takes this low. Ideally, what I would like to see here with this is just quickly kind of flush out these longs here and then go. So that is kind of my kind of thoughts on Bitcoin. Obviously, key resistance at this point is 112 because that's kind of where we rejected this week, kind of up here, 113, 112, 113. So for the most part, kind of your resistance is still there, and then obviously your support's still just below you. So, but I'm hoping it just sweeps like that and goes, take out the 109. But generally, market structure wise, just how this is looking, this low here should not be taken out. If this low at like 10, is this the weekend low? No. So if this low from Thursday gets taken out, that's not good for market structure. Because that's the strong low kind of within market structure as well. So locally, take that out, swing failure pattern, SFP, liquidity grab, whatever you want to call it, get some buy pressure, go up. And then obviously my target kind of to the upside is that's still 114 to 115, which we've not got to yet. But yeah, everyone's, I think, still a bit over bearish at this point. So for the most part, I'm thinking that, sweep and go bullish week is probably my best expectation at this point. And then from there, obviously, come down. So yeah, that's
go high, but come down.
Yeah.
Right?
Sweep.
Gotta have the butt. Gotta have the butt, DDT.
Bullish week up to about 115, and then, drop after that. It's kind of, based on what I'm seeing, that's what I would think might play out, or kind of, that's my kind of high probability, kind of from what I'm seeing. Others might see other things, but that's just my personal opinion on the matter at this point.
Yeah, man. Let's hit some ETH. What do you got on ETH?
Ethereum.
As Frankie likes to say, Ethereum. Or how's he
It's
say
holding
that?
up a lot.
Ethereum?
It's holding up a lot better than Bitcoin at this point. Obviously, Bitcoin dominance is dropping. So yes, ETH will be holding up, and alts will generally be holding up. Look at something like Solana. So ETH kind of just ranging in this range here. I've got obviously now a lot more profiles and things like that, but I'm kind of trying to just keep it a bit neater today rather than just the cacophony of too many levels on the chart. So at 42, let's actually just turn this on quickly. Sorry. Let's just turn those two levels on. So the risk here with ETH basically at the moment is we're now in this profile. So this is the volume profile. So we're now in that volume profile, literally between say 4370 and down to 3800. We've had a few daily closes now into this profile, and obviously had a long wick to the top, and obviously hit the anchored VWAP from the all-time high. So, and obviously now as well, concern money flows trending down, but that can also be a thing because people are selling, sell pressure. So what I'm thinking is obviously if we don't get above that and flip that level to support, the most likely scenario is obviously to continue down. Obviously, everyone's looking for 4,000. I'm looking for 4,000 as the next kind of key level to hold. We do have a local profile here where we have like 4160, 4170 as kind of an intermediary level kind of there. Generally, kind of, yeah, with the daily money flow coming out, I think the weekly's about to hit a red dot as well. Yeah, we just had the red dot last week. So it's not unlikely that it may come down a little bit more, but same like Bitcoin, just ranging is not really kind of giving the kind of the violent move at this point. So just kind of TLDR on ETH, 4163 kind of local profile, hoping that it holds. And obviously we're below key level of resistance kind of at this 4367, 4370, kind of this zone here, below this anchored VWAP and all of that. So yeah, kind of 4160 or 44K basically is where we're at. Money flow is still red on the 4 hour, and this kind of posturing of the RSIs and the stock still kind of rotating down, kind of still would suggest that it's kind of going to work its way down, kind of just by how those are posturing generally. Obviously you have like kind of they trend, or kind of when they gapped specifically, something that CryptoFace talks about. When they gap, obviously that just means the direction is going to continue, and when they cross and clamp in tight, kind of in one before the expansive move, so kind of like this like that zone there, or even up here, you could just see before the expansive move and before they expand and come down with the downward price action or upward price action, depending how they are. That's kind of where, kind of specifically on those, you can kind of hazard a guess that kind of direction is going to continue. So yeah, that's not really kind of too full of detail on ETH, but it's also as well, it's ranging in this profile. It's ranging anywhere from 43 or 4160 to like 4620 is the top of that range. It's just fighting with a lot of resistance at the moment, and obviously it has like the treasury company has that SharpLink company, Tom Lee, that is buying up ETH at a hell of a rate. So that's kind of one of the bullish catalysts for now. But generally, obviously 4 hour red dot there, 4 hour money flow. 1 hour is just trying to also trying to do a bit of trying to bounce up. It's just kind of weekend volume for now. And obviously had a little bounce yesterday, kind of at like 4250, 4230, 4240 actually, to come back up. But it's just weekend volume and very kind of low volume for now. Just waiting for kind of Asia to come in and just see kind of true direction. Kind of wait for New York open tomorrow. But those are the levels kind of I'm looking at on ETH. Not really too much going on. I think Bitcoin are more just worried about that if it does continue down, it's going to bring these alts down with it. Even though dominance is in the alts favor, they still follow Bitcoin. Kind of if Bitcoin retraces. So maybe they won't retrace as hard as Bitcoin, but they will still retrace. So that's just kind of the concern at this point. Yeah. And quickly, one more thing that I just want: USDT dominance. This is a concern. Obviously, it's just ranging just quickly, but it's posturing to get another move up, kind of just by how, like I mentioned, with the stochastics and the RSI. Everything is like danger. This is like danger when you see everything is kind of giving you basic strategy with the posturing on 4 hour and on USDT dominance. And obviously the top level for that's 4.6. That's still not been hit. Front ran it on Monday of the week when we had the dump on Monday. So I'm still kind of concerned that they'll come up for that 4.6 level. And that obviously will bring Bitcoin down. Probably sub 107 is probably to my liking if we do start eating up to there. So yeah, that's kind of quick overview. If there's anything else I can do a bit later, or if you guys have any other items that you want to speak about, then we can go from there and I can come back in later if that's
man. No, that's great.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's great. DDT. Does Dave or Jimmy text you guys got a coin while we got him before we move on? Do you wanted him to hit real quick?
No, I mean Cardano. I know you like to go over Cardano. We like to go over
we can always take a peek at Cardano, DDT, if you got a minute.
Yeah, one thing I've just quickly been looking at, I'm focusing a lot more market structure now. Obviously, traditionally, this will keep you on the right side of the trades. So Cardano, at this point, it's sitting in kind of discount because obviously if you look at the previous weekly range, it's obviously discount premium if you're looking at kind of traditional ranges, and the way it's just the benefit at this point for Cardano is the money flow is trending up. It's had a 4 hour divergence, I think. No, it's kind of no divergence, but probably a lower time frame, like 1 hour, it might have had a hidden div. Nothing. Yeah, it's just that it's ranging for the most part, but the 4 hours looking good on this with the way that it could just roll over, but the way that it's looking at this point, I would say it's good. And obviously quite a lot of things are in 4 hour bearish market structure. So longs are scalps for the most part. If obviously if they play out to kind of be fuller trades, kind of swing trades, and they go for all-time highs or higher levels, yes, hold them. But I'm just generally it needs to break this 84.96 or 85 cents. But if I kind of just look back at my traditional chart, kind of with my volume profiles and stuff, the key on Cardano, when everything loads, is it's kind of just finding support here around these weekly levels, and the issue kind of same with ETH, the daily money flows coming out. So I don't know why my volume profiles decided to disappear, but I had a volume profile there. It's kind of below this volume profile at the moment. So obviously the 85.78, this daily level is still lining up with it lines up kind of with this 4 hour flip kind of level to get above, but it's just ranging sideways. This daily money flow could be a concern, and obviously just although the VWAP's not really coming down, so the stochastics and the RSI are kind of flat. So it more looks like this will range rather than take an absolute capitulation at this point, where ETH kind of looks like it wants to drop a little and Bitcoin looks like it wants to drop a little. I think obviously as well got hit a bit harder on the drops than what ETH and Bitcoin did of late. But from what I was seeing as well, if the way that we look at volume profile here, you've got a range now sitting below the volume profile below the value area low. This becomes a failed auction, or in simple terms, it fails to trade lower. It obviously builds a range, and then obviously it will break the range and come back into the other value, which is above it, generally by how the volume profiles work. So that's kind of how I'm seeing it at this point. But yeah, it's very slow. Kind of volume on it's very low, obviously weekend. And then kind of if I'm looking lower, I'm still looking at this kind of 76 cents level. I think I had a...
Don't say that.
So where's the fib?
Oh gosh, that would hurt.
So it's currently sitting on a Fibonacci. So from this low at 68 cents all the way to where its current high is, it's sitting on a local golden pocket. Obviously, it's got confluence with the anchored VWAPs, and obviously some weekly levels. But the kind of the daily level DMPOC kind of 786 here, kind of around 77, 76 cents is probably, if it doesn't work out to be what's termed as a failed auction, where obviously it fails to trade low, but then obviously comes back into value above it in the volume profile above, that's probably kind of the best case at this point, but it's going sideways for the most part. And it's not unlikely as well, kind of given how it's making like higher low, that it will come down and at least swap one of them, kind of take some traders out, take some long traders out if it wants to continue up. As is generally the case, generally on the weekend with kind of the ranging and kind of the sideways price action, kind of, tops and bottoms generally can get swapped. So yeah, kind of key level resistance above 85, 86 cents. Kind of it's on key support. Key support now is still around 80 to 82 cents. But kind of the next kind of key solid support I have below that is between kind of 76 and 77, or kind of high 77 cents. But not really doing all that much. Lower time frame. Yeah, just going sideways. It's not not really too much more to add. More sideways than Bitcoin and ETH.
Let's call that consolidation.
Yeah, it's in a consolidation in a range for now. Kind of for how long? Since Friday, not this past Friday, the Friday before that. So from the 29th, it's literally been in a range between 78 and 84, 85 cents. So yeah, just going sideways. Not actually too much to blab on about there, but key level above 85, 86.
Yeah, and on Cardano, it looks like it's in the prime spot. We like deviations below the range. We look for a bull div on our whatever time frame it is that we like to look at, and then we look for it followed by a higher low, right? And then we open there.
You had 4 hour. It's the same like Bitcoin. When Bitcoin swapped down on Monday, you had the 4 hour divergences, and also the money flow started rounding up after the divergence. So obviously, buyer pressure or buying came in and obviously held it up, and obviously it was in kind of key volume weighted levels with the anchored VWAPs from the lows, and these anchored VWAPs are from 53 cents and like just below 60 cents. So these two blue anchored VWAPs kind of also held. So fairly decent. Kind of similar setup to Bitcoin. If anyone wasn't looking at Bitcoin for the long earlier on the week, Cardano definitely had it.
Oh, Crypto Anon. What's going on, my friend? Good to see you, brother. Thanks for popping in. Mike, good to see you too, man. Thanks for coming in. RS Miller, thank you for popping in. I see you, Squirrel Shine Bob. What the heck, man? We got to find out. Melissa, my neighbor, right down the road. We got to go get coffee sometime. I could throw a baseball to her house, I think. So still haven't met her in real life. Thank you, DDT. You can hang around if you like. We're going to keep on moving here. We do have, let me share my screen. This is,
maybe we can have a coffee when the whole team's there.
Melissa, you could, when we have our event, you can definitely pop on over and meet Po-Man and Tex-Mex Biomex and Jimmy Jim and Dave Digital and the Red Man and myself.
Cards and Legos.
Yeah. Let's see. So did you guys catch this? Gary Gensler's texts go missing from the crypto enforcement era. Former SEC chair Gary, our friend Gary.
He's even blocked the video from being played.
Yeah, this just blows my mind. I mean, in our government, the United States government, how do we have Hillary Clinton's emails disappear, the Epstein list disappears? Now we have Gary Gensler's text messages from a time where FTX was collapsing, and the SEC's own watchdog says the former chair lost nearly a year of text messages right in the middle of crypto's most chaotic stretch, and it wasn't an accident. The SEC's office. Yeah. SEC's Office of Inspector General revealed in a new report last week that the messages from Gensler's government-issued iPhone spanning from October 2022 through September 2023 are gone. That's the exact window covering the collapse of FTX Grayscale lawsuit over a spot Bitcoin ETF and a slew of other enforcement moves that defined his tenure. How does this happen? Jim,
They must
what's
have
your
kept,
take on this, man?
must have kept those texts on the Solana blockchain, Billy.
I mean, I don't like, we can't get rid of stuff. You know, like it seems like there's an artifact, a legacy in the cloud. I think Dave was saying that earlier. Like there's always artifacts. There's always, how does it go missing in this day and age?
Sounds like you got a subscription from the Clinton structure. I'm still tripping.
You tripping bad, man. Dave Digital, what's your thoughts when Jimmy tries to untrip?
Well, I don't know. I mean, what do we expect, right? Everything's disappearing. Like we talked about before the show, you can't delete. I mean, you can delete what you can see on the iCloud. There's no way you can actually delete stuff from the iCloud. Come on, bro. We're not going to believe that. There's no chance. Here's the things that I do wish disappear. So you named Hillary Clinton's emails disappeared. Epstein's list disappeared. Gensler's list disappeared. What you forgot was that Epstein also disappeared. So if we can get Hillary Clinton to also disappear, and if we can get Gensler to also disappear, I think the world would be a better place.
It just blows my mind that in this digital age, that it just, like, people really believe that they can vanish. Like, come on, man. But before we go any deeper, I want to say hello to Alex O Crypto, my good friend. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. All set. Good to see you. Thank you as well. Hola, Alex O Crypto. Don't forget.
The Otter Gang loves Billy Goat Tales. No douche canoes. Hashtag givers gain.
One of the hardest working men in crypto is my favorite, Alex O Crypto. I've never met a more honest, transparent, loving personality. Givers gain, Otter Gang. Billy Goat Tales loves you, Alex O.
Dave just loves cutting people off in mid-sentence, man. I'm telling you. Oh, man. Dave.
Time out.
Oh, man.
Put him in timeout.
Yeah, put Dave in timeout, man. We love you, Alex. Good to see you, Jay Violet. Good to see you. Dave likes to have fun here. See Rusty Bots in there. Make sure you do drop your WD-40 can. We like to make sure the Rusty Bot stays nice and lubed up while in the Billy Goat Tales chat. So make sure you drop the WD-40 can. And if you don't have it, well, that means you got to get a membership. Try to get a membership if you can. If you can't, somebody will give you one at some point in time. Givers gain. I know that's going to happen. So Jimmy, did you get your mic fixed?
I don't know. Did I?
Yes, you got it. What was your thoughts on this Gary Gensler's text message disappearing?
Well, I think he definitely called up the Clintons and asked what service they used.
Oh, man.
Without a doubt, but that is some fishy stuff there.
Like,
stuff is not what I wanted to say.
Yeah. I mean, how do they expect anybody with a brain to believe that there's no remnants of that? It's like, that's just impossible. And you could probably go right down to your local Verizon store and ask them, and they'll tell you, Alex O Crypto, 10 givers gain memberships. You get one, you get one, you get one, you get one. Thank you, Alex O. Love you Love you, brother. Squirrel Shine Bob. Mrs. What's that say? Let's pull that up. Missing messages from the crackdown fishy as week old mash. Gold rushers, beware of the bust. Ain't trusting this. Yeah, I agree with you, Squirrel Shine Bob.
Finally,
100%.
Bob had something smart to say. I mean, Bob's comments are just off the chain out there, man. I don't know what's going on with him. Since he got arrested in Vegas, I'm telling you, that guy's been a little loopy.
You know more about that deal than I do, Dave. So,
It's your brother-in-law.
well, we're not supposed to claim that, are we? Everybody's going to find out the story at some point in time. So we'll just piecemeal it out to them, Dave. So slowly but surely.
We'll see.
I didn't see what Melissa had to say about when we all get together, but since we did talk about that, let's Tony, let's talk about our giveaway that's coming up next month already, man. We're already upon it.
Yes, we already are upon it. And let me go ahead and share my screen. So if you want to know how you can join us potentially next year or the year later. Oh, I think you got something shared, Billy. There we go. So if you want to join us sometime next year or a following year, then you got to make sure you have an Easter egg NFT, because every year we're going to draw from the Easter egg NFTs from our book collection on Cardano. And so here's just one of the images from, it's not from the actual place we're staying, but this is Lake Hartwell. And then here's another one here. This is another property. So we're going to be at Lake Hartwell this October, and Poman won because he owned a NFT from Billy Goat Tales. So if you go to billygoattales.io, you go to mint info, and the official mint site is right there. And there's 100 out of 1,000. There's 100 Easter eggs out there. And so there you have the chance. There's the chances of earning the different book covers. Cover 1 has chapters 1 through 3. And then covers 2 has 4 through 6. And chapter 0 is the preface. And chapter 31 is the appendix that has other fun stuff in it. And then you can actually go read it. So it's not just about having an NFT, but you can read the book that was written from recording our first 30 weeks of X Spaces. So that was November of 23 to June of 24. We had the first 10 chapters were our Giver's Gain pathway, which you can also access here. And so our Giver's Gain pathway, the strength, community, power, persistence, all of those. And if you want to jump in and mint one, all you have to do is hit that link right there. It'll take you to the official mint site. It's about 25 ADA. If you didn't speak during the book recordings, then it's about 25 ADA per NFT. And then also we have a diamond horn subscription that if you choose to subscribe as a diamond horn member on our YouTube, then we will mint one for you and send it over to you. So make sure you jump in our Discord, open up a ticket, and give us your Cardano wallet, and we can send that NFT. And hopefully the one we mint will have an Easter egg for you. So
amen.
And anybody, look, we've got a lot of different things. Jimmy revamped our website, and this is the team here at the Bitcoin conference. You got Redman. I'm going to zoom it in a little bit. Well, it's not wanting to zoom in, but you had Redman here on the left, myself, Dave Digital, jazzed up with a suit and nice trimmed haircut. You had Jimmy Jam and Crypto Billy, and this is fortunately day one where the sign wasn't too busy. And we got our 2-bit exchange. What's it called? Affiliate link. And then we're going to have them on this coming Tuesday on our X Space. We got our crypto books, our kids books, Billy Goat Tales. You got the Tricky Wolf and the Wise Boy, and then you got the Bridge to Bitcoin. So we got a lot of great stuff here on the website. You can check it out. But the main thing is if you want to read that book, it's not just about having those Easter eggs. You can go to our website and you can actually click on that other link and go read the book, whether it's on your mobile device or your computer. So
Yeah. So every year we're going to, if you own the NFT with Easter egg, you're going to be put on the wheel. We're going to spin it. And we're going to give a grand destination giveaway with the team. So it's pretty simple. That's all you got to do. We're not big shillers. We're not saying that NFT is going to be, it's probably going to be worth zero, tell you the truth. $25, I think it costs roughly, but it does put you in the running for the trip every single year. And we're also going to do some other great things if you're a holder of that NFT. That's just because we love you. You're supporting us. We got to give it back. So that's why we do that.
Well, and Billy, I know that some of us on the team, we have extras of different chapters. And so if someone goes and mints, let's say 3, and they get 2 of the same chapter, they can reach out to us on Discord and we can set up a swap or something like that. I mean, like you said, we're not about shilling that or about, worried about whether it goes up in price. Actually, there has been 0 sold, which to me is a testament that people have bought them. They've held them. Hopefully they've read the book. They've traded amongst each other. Also, just make sure you know that it's someone in the community. Don't just send something to someone, but we can also help facilitate some of those trades to make sure, like if you get 2 of one chapter or 2 of one book cover and you want a different one, you can reach out to us and we can see if we can help facilitate that.
Yep. Amen. And just in that vein, I was telling the team before it's Echo Tony, I think, telling the team before the show, today, Sunday, I went to church and when you have things happen to you that just seem like there's never a coincidence, right? It's just like it was meant to be. So I went to church and the sermon this morning was about Corinthians and the message in Corinthians. And I'm going to read it, and not to get all, Christian faith on everyone here, but just it fits the giver's gain pathway. That's why I wanted to bring it up. But it says a farmer who plants only a few seeds will get a small crop, but the one who plants generously will get a generous crop. You must each decide in your heart how much to give. And don't give reluctantly or in response to pressure. For God loves a person who gives cheerfully. And God will generously provide all you need. Then you will always have everything you need and plenty left over to share with others. And I heard that and I was like, man, that is giver's gain right there. And even the scriptures are reinforcing our philosophy. And I just said, man, I got to share that today. We might lose some subscribers when I share it, but I don't care. I'm going to profess my belief in my faith. That's who I am as Crypto Billy and who we are as the Giver's Gain Billy Goat Tales team. So wasn't on the agenda, guys, but I felt it was a good time with Tony bringing up the NFT and what we're doing with it and everything. Just felt like there's the right spot for that. There you go, Dave. Perfect. We play a little AC/DC.
I think that's Taco Bell.
No. Oh man, got another story here. This one's gonna blow your mind, I think. Let me see if I can share this. Oh, what? Let me see if I can share this one. Yeah, I know.
You had the Irish Spring and the Taco Bell.
Nice.
Oh, no. I'm trying.
Why did Gensler's text vanish? They got lost in the blockchain. Too many nodes to recover.
Oh, Billy.
Yeah. Okay. It's probably not going to be. I'll fix it in a second. There you go. So, a new service allows customers to use certain popular cryptocurrencies, such as Bitcoin or Tether, to purchase food or drinks at eateries. The federal government recently signed the first major law regulating a portion of the crypto market. We know that. Okay, the new form of payment is more popular with younger people. They're talking about crypto payments, and it costs businesses a fraction of what credit card and debt card companies charge. So found this story, and then from this story, I kept digging. And in this, I
Hey,
saw
there was a
all
part of. Oh, go ahead.
I saw all these new companies that were signing up to this. And let me stop sharing this, and I'll go to this other one. This new token, this new service. So there are some huge companies right now. This is being beta tested in Sacramento, California. And there are mainstream companies that you've heard of them, and hopefully I can pull that up too, that are testing this out. But the way it works is you basically own this token on a card. It's the food token. And if you buy it for, you pay 90 cents for it, but you get $1 of value. So if you get, say, $20 on this, it has $20 card, but it only costs you the 90 cents. So they have figured out that the merchant side of this, that people load up these cards, they go to Pizza Hut, and they use the crypto payment to pay for their pizza. So it's called food token. And I don't think you can trade it right now. I think you got to go to like their site specifically and sign up for it. But what I'm trying to get at is the fact that right now, being mainstreamed right here in California anyway, is that they're integrating the blockchain and different cryptocurrencies into their microeconomy. So I started looking into this, and I was like, wow, man, it's happening, guys. It's happening right before our eyes. Like now these real companies, and there was a list, and I'm trying to find it because, I didn't save the list of companies that have signed up for the beta test, but they're franchise companies, the companies that you and I have heard of. I don't want to misspeak, but I think we're companies like, Pizza Hut and Domino's and Burger King. I mean, I might have those names wrong, but I'm going to try to find it. But I thought that was so cool. And of course, I have a little connection to California simply because my son lived out there for 3.5 years. He's back now. But interesting. What do you think about that, Dave Digital?
I mean, really, I was just distracted with chicken fried steak and eggs. So if we're putting it on the blockchain, then I'm in.
On the bottom.
I don't know if you saw that part, but yeah, I mean, all of this is bullish, but if it was really happening, we would see it in the charts, and we're not seeing much in the charts.
So the roadmap is planned where we take on most of the complex problems and turn them into great solutions. This is their roadmap.
Hey, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Hey, they stole my idea. Hold up, Billy. I don't like these people anymore.
You go to this website. You go to this website, and you can learn all about it. It's early. This is so early, guys. There we go. There's the restaurants. So IHOP, Quiznos, Starbucks. Yeah, Burger King's on there. Yep. I thought I saw Burger King.
Oh, I see what's happening here.
Yeah, that seems like a
I
generic.
see what's happening here.
What's happening, Jimmy?
Scroll back up to that list.
Yeah.
Scroll back up.
It's free shavacado.
Oh, no. To the restaurants there.
Right there?
Yeah.
0.1 healthy restaurant on that list.
Yeah. Yeah, probably no healthy restaurants on that list.
Exactly. You know what that means? They're going to track the bad food eaters. They're going to show up at your house and
there you go.
Slap you all across the face with a freaking lettuce wrap.
There you go, Jimmy.
I'm going to slap them with a treadmill.
They're going to give you some free shavacado at Del Taco, though.
Food token is a stable coin that can be bought for 90 cents and redeemed at any time for $1 worth of gift cards at any restaurant in the food token network.
Hey, you can
I was
gain
gonna
10
have to
cents
say
of
it has
value.
to be like a stable coin. I mean, you can't
Yeah, so that makes sense. So
trade the value of food.
I
Did
think
you
it's close to
notice?
50% of
Funky.
gift cards aren't redeemed. So that makes sense as a
Yeah,
business model.
that
Makes
too.
it easy for restaurants to accept crypto, adding new restaurants to the network all the time. Let's click on that and see what happens.
Did you notice that Polygon was the only one supporting USDT, and then Polygon, amongst other chains, were supporting the USDC? So they've, Polygon's got a little step into it. That's good.
Is that on this token thing he's talking about?
Yeah,
Let's see.
on the page where they were showing the tokens, they'll take Bitcoin, and then they'll take USDC on Stellar, on Base, on Polygon, and there was another network, but USDT they're only accepting on Polygon.
These are the restaurants that are in, Jim. Some of them.
There's gonna be, instead of the Hispanic
Chocolate
dude on the side of
Fish
the road
Coffee
selling
Roasters?
oranges, he's gonna be on the side of the road selling freaking Chick-fil-A.
Chocolate Fish Coffee Roasters.
I mean, you're gonna make 10% on your money.
Yeah. You're probably right. Blockchain tracks everything. I find it interesting when we see the incorporation in real world of crypto and blockchain. It's fascinating to me because we're always talking about mass adoption. Well, when you see stuff like this at the retail level, not just the ETF level, right? The financial side, the DeFi side, that's huge. But when you start coupling that with the retail level, man, I find that exciting myself.
But I mean, I wouldn't be against that. I mean, throw in $100 or $90, you get $100 worth of value. I mean, it ain't no different than the
They got a new thing called free Shavakadu.
kids standing outside the damn grocery store selling you little coupon books.
Yep. What's Mr. ETH have to say? All these companies integrating cryptocurrency into their payment system is great, but who in the heck is going to buy anything with their crypto? I know I wouldn't. So yeah, that's why it's a stable coin, Mr. ETH. It's that's like Jimmy was saying, it's not it's another version of a stable coin. So if you're crypto maxi and you have enough restaurants in the network and you load up that card and you go in there and just use it because you're a crypto maxi or somebody who wants to do that, you're saving 10%, right? So a lot of couponer people out there that I think would find that pretty interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, Billy, are you really saving 10%? I mean, that's like they played that game at the gas station, right? You can use you can buy a cash card for the gas station, but their hopes is you'll lose the cash card after you've, used 80% of it and you won't use the rest. So are you really going to save, or will you leave $3 in a card and then throw the card away? I think that's what they're betting on.
Well, I've kept some of those cards with small balances for years, but in the end, I end up using them. I mean, like say you get some at Christmas, they might sit in my wallet for 2 years, but eventually I end up using them, mostly like Lowe's, Home Depot cards that I get. And
I mean, did they say it was a card?
yeah, I guess it's a.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
why
you have
wouldn't it
to.
just be an app and you just RFID and boom, boom?
That's what they're saying. They say you use your stable coin to buy their token to get a gift card.
Yeah, I'm looking through there now. You guys
I'll roll up to Chick-fil-A and tell them I want 2 nuggets for my 30 cents on my card.
Yeah, it says bridge the gap between crypto users and restaurants with gift cards. So crypto users able to easily off-ramp their crypto through a stable coin that they get for 90 cents, meaning they save 11% when they spend their crypto. So yeah, let me see if I can share that. Stop share and then reshare. I don't know which one it is. Guess it's this one. So, yeah, there you go. So, yeah, it's a card, Jimmy. Bridge the gap between crypto users and restaurants with gift cards.
I mean, maybe that's their step one. I mean, I couldn't see them not just having an app on the phone. And
yeah, it's being beta test in Sacramento, so it's not worldwide yet. This is like pretty new stuff going on right now. So
can you page over on their roadmap, or can they only see 2 months in the past?
July, it's probably that new May, June, July. And I'm clicking and nothing's happening. So at any rate, what's this? Treasury alloc. Oh, so it's just a normal roadmap. It tells you where everything's going. It shows you the team, who's on the team.
Both them dudes look like they need to eat something.
Yeah.
Sacramento.
It's getting cooked.
Just something new, certainly not anything to do with investment, just more of practical use kind of situation. I thought it was pretty interesting.
As blockchain moves into so many different arenas, I mean, you're going to have small sectors, small towns, small cities that are going to try to get their hand into, try to figure out how they can adopt it. So we're going to have some that might seem a little off the wall, some that seem like they're maybe good for a niche market or a specific area, and then some that might scale. So I think it's all adoption, which is good. And people are just trying to figure out how to make it work. Just like in the internet, right? When we had the internet, it wasn't everywhere. It wasn't really stable everywhere. You might have to try to connect 5, 6, 7 times with the AOL sound. And I mean, some of us remember that, but maybe not everybody. And so I think there's going to be small pockets of adoption, then I think it'll start to take off.
Yeah, I think you're right, Tony. And speaking of stable coins, this was USDC circulation surges by 2 billion in just 1 week. Now that, whoops, I got it. Hold on a second. I really do need to get a mouse pad.
Did any of you all get the free Shavakadu joke meme that are on the panel? I mean, it was a meme several years ago. No.
No.
In the chat,
USDC saw a 2 billion change in circulation within a week. Signals rising demand or strategic shifts in the crypto markets. Circle's influence in stable coin space remains strong. So one of the top stable coins in the crypto market has seen a significant $2 billion change in circulation over the last 7 days. This sudden shift has caught the attention of both retail and institutional investors, hinting at underlying movements within the broader crypto economy. I'm telling you guys, these stable coins, these companies lighten up and investing in these stable coins to have the ability to transfer into their own coin or to other ecosystems to build, instead of being in US dollars, so put it in US dollar circles, USDC, is a marker to me. It's a marker. I mean, you pack your bags when you're getting ready to leave, right? You're packing your bags. So they're putting their treasuries into these stable coins. The surge could be linked to increased trading activity, of course, strategic positioning ahead of the market events, or a shift in investor preference from other stable coins, with Circle focusing on expanding USDC's reach globally and maintaining transparency. This change in supply is more than just a number. It reflects trust, utility, and evolving market dynamics. And it just goes in. So I think my personal opinion on it, it's another sign and a signal of what's coming. And I think it's more bullish news. What do you think, Dave Digital? Oh, are you talking? We can't hear you, bro. Dave's muted. Who muted Dave?
It was me.
Dave muted himself.
Yeah. Yeah, of course it's bullish. Anytime they're talking about it, just like earlier, of course it's bullish. And I don't have a negative side effect. Sorry, I was a little distracted. I was doing a little something in the background.
Uh-oh, Dave's building a little something.
Something.
What do you think, Tex-Mex, Biomex?
Well, I think, why did USDC go to the bank? They wanted to circulate with the big bucks. Dun, 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 dun.
I gotta laugh.
Even if it's just Dave. Institutional liquidity surge, of course. You got transparency. You have market sentiment that lifts, altcoin pumps coming up. I think it's a good thing when you have a lot of circulating supply, then a lot of people are using it, whether they're moving it from one chain to another, if they're moving it off their exchange wallets to something else, maybe a trading wallet. And so there's a lot of pros to it.
One thing that needs to be noted, specifically with the stable coins, is the chains on which they're being minted. So when you're looking at USDC, you'll notice, I get a few alerts that I notice a lot of USDC is being minted on Solana. So that is that runs the rhetoric and kind of the thought that Solana is going to get a little bit of a run, because that USDC on Solana then goes into pump fund or kind of these protocols, DEXs, whatever, for trading.
Yeah, the volume last year.
DDT, but Dave got Tex-Mex, Biomex.
The resemblance is uncanny.
Oh my gosh, that's what you were working on. So DDT's giving us his breakdown into Dave's. Oh man!
Will somebody get this big walking carpet out of my way?
DDT. Well, I will say that the USDC transaction volume was 2.5 trillion in 2024, and it's up 30% year over year. And according to Coin Metrics, it's used in 50% of DeFi trades. So it's a lot of usage with just USDC.
Yeah, specifically Solana based, or even a few of the other wider DeFi platforms or kind of chains. Yeah, USDC kind of, I can vouch, I can definitely say that there's certainty that USDC is actually being more used now across DeFi than what USDT is. Specifically, I think because obviously Circle's kind of got more regularity, or kind of it's regulated now per se, and it's got more scrutiny on it, kind of. So you'd find that that's probably one of the cases for it. But also as well, USDT has been minted like a few billion every week as well, for that matter. But that's kind of, it's almost like a topping signal as well. So you've got to kind of bear that in mind. So,
well, yeah, but it's also because now with the regulation, more clarity, right? That people are feeling, companies are feeling more safe in being able to do this. So it's hard to separate those two. It's like we're in this ninth inning, because you're right, DTT. It's like we know the top's around the corner, but we have all this new regulation that's just pouring this new liquidity, new money into the ecosystem, and it's hard to split them apart and see what's going on here. Well, what is happening here exactly. So it's a tough one for us, but it's also very interesting. Guys, we've been around now. Most of us in this chat, most of us in Billy Goat Tales, we were here for things like Ethereum leaving proof of work and going to proof of stake. We were here for things like the FTX collapse, or we're here for Celsius and BlockFi and all the stuff that happened, the whole Gary Gensler So, and look, we're here when USDT was the one, right? It was USDT was the main one. And then USDC came along, and it's like all of this change is part of our history now. It's part of it's part of our memories now of the crypto space. There's going to be 10, 15, 20 years from now, there'll be new people coming into crypto still. And we'll be like the old dogs. Yeah, we were there for that. We were there when USDT was the main stable coin. And we watched this adoption. And I think personally, my personal opinion is there's going to be a lot more stable coins. I think there's probably more stable coins out there than all of us even know about right now. We should probably look that up. But I bet you there's way more stable coins in existence that we have never even heard of, because I really do think with the legislation, it's just is going to keep ramping it up, is my own opinion on that. Kelvin, good to see you, man. Thanks for popping in on a Sunday. We appreciate you.
I think as well, something to bear in mind is that if anyone has seen, obviously I've kind of hushed things of it over X and a few things where USDT is now trying to get this regulation clarity or whatever you call it for the US. So I think it was announced within the last few weeks, they've started meeting with the ACC specifically to try and get kind of clarity for them. Because obviously in the US, only Circle at this point, it kind of has that clarity. And obviously USDT is the biggest stablecoin, obviously doesn't want Circle taking up or kind of eating into their market share. So yeah, I saw that on X within the past few weeks that they now have begun conversations with the SEC. So that's something to keep in mind as well.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Lots going on in the marketplace for sure. It's hard to keep up with everything, tell you the truth. That's why we need great channels like Sin City Crypto and many others, not just the traders, right? So of course, Frankie, Lifer, Army Piper, Alex on the trader side, but a lot of these other crypto channels that keep us up to date on what's going on with crypto. We appreciate all of them. That's for sure. Another thing that I wanted to get to, and I'm glad Redman actually brought it up, and you were talking about Solana, is something pretty new here. And Redman was in our team meeting, but he couldn't be here for the live. But first Pokemon collectibles real world assets token launches on Solana. And Tex-Mex alluded to it during the market coin market update. But the world of real world assets on Solana is heating up, and the latest addition is something that combines nostalgia, blockchain, and big markets. Collector Crypt, the team behind Solana's Pokemon card, what is it? Gotcha game, is officially launching cards, the first ever collectibles RWA token backed by an on-chain pool of Pokemon cards. And DDT, if you can, I don't know if this is on a Dex, but if you can in the background see if you can find that a chart on that. I don't know if it's new.
Yeah, you could probably get it, and I'll have a look.
Okay, I'll keep going here. So
Jimmy, I think we lost Billy, and he's gone straight degen on us.
No, this is just new stuff, man. Anything that's kind of breaking into the marketplace, I'm interested in. And not that I'm going to buy it or trade it or anything, but like, I really think that food thing is a cool aspect of using blockchain. I think this right here is a cool aspect of using blockchain. So Cards is a native token on Collector Crypt designed to connect real-world Pokemon trading cards with blockchain liquidity. 100% of the net funds raised during the token generation event, TGE, will be used to purchase and back Pokemon cards, creating an ecosystem where collectors and crypto users interact in new ways. So let's keep rolling here. Cards, tokens generated. Okay, so here we go. The pre-sale started August 27th, and August 29th, the pool closed. We got some different bonus thing, but that's kind of interesting because Pokemon, my son collected Pokemon. Now my grandkids are collecting Pokemon. I always wondered why some blockchain company or some protocol didn't really like team up with Pokemon, because that's a big one. Jimmy's card guy. What do you think about this, Jimmy?
Well, I can't tell you the first thing about Pokemon, but I can speak kind of to the sports card side of things. There's the two big manufacturers, Topps, Panini, and then Candy, have been issuing digital sports cards now for 4 or 5 years now. And I got into them. I can't say I've sold any. I've got them listed out there on the marketplace. To me, a card collector wants to have the tangible thing. They want it in their hand, Now, I was trying to put 2 and 2 together to see, I think what they're doing is essentially going out and buying graded cards. And if it's $100,000 and you buy 10% of the allocated tokens for that, well, you own 10% of that card, kind of thing. That's a little bit more intriguing.
Yeah, it says instead of speculative promises, cards is backed by real world assets with global demand. Pokemon cards remain one of the strongest collectible markets worldwide, with auctions often crossing 6 or 7 figures.
Okay, so I could get on board with that.
Yeah, and for those of you in the audience in our chat that doesn't know, like Jimmy has a whole separate business and a whole separate channel, Space City Breaks. You should put that in the chat, Jimmy. But like, show them the Bitcoin redemption card that you pulled.
Oh yeah. Where is that thing?
So what's cool is there's a crossover here, guys. It's happening between, cards, Pokemon cards, or in this case, Jimmy's got some crypto cards, and crypto investors and crypto people. So it's kind of interesting. It's all happening right underneath our noses.
There it goes. But yeah, we pulled this one last night. Matter of fact, finally got one. I've been dying to get my hands on one of these things. Let me cover it. But pulled the card last night out of the Somerset. I think I've got one close, maybe not. I don't. But we've been waiting to, pull one of those, and it ended up pulling a nice gem, probably like a $20 card out of a box also.
So on that redemption card, how does that work?
What's that?
On the redemption card, how does that work?
So they have a redemption form on their website. I've seen that part. Nowhere on that form, though, does it ask for a crypto address. And I'm going to use this, run this drill. I'm going to record every bit, every step of the way, just so I can show people that aren't crypto people, that are sports card people, how easy it is to redeem. But I'm pretty sure you just fill out the form on their website, and I guess they're going to contact you back and then ask for your crypto address, and I'll assume they're just going to shoot it to you. Maybe they 1099 you. This is 110. It was 0.001 Bitcoin, so like $110. So I don't know if that's enough for them to record.
Yeah, so you're going to actually do the redemption yourself. Walk through that whole process.
We pulled it, and then we gave it away in a giveaway in one of our breaks last night. And I offered the guy, I was like, look, I'll give you the cash value right now, right at this moment. or I can send you the redemption card. And he opted for cash in the moment and bought a bunch more stuff with it. So I was glad to be able to hang on to it so I can actually record and go through all the steps.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. DDT, did you find, is there a chart on that, or is it too early?
I had to go onto Dex Tools. I just
Okay.
searched there's a bit of price action on MEXC, but it's not as much as what I would like to see. So yeah, it's obviously.
Wow. What
so
is that? The hourly? What are you on there? Daily?
This is
or
on the 15-minute.
15-minute? Okay.
So
Yeah.
if you go 4 hour, you're not really going to get much,
Yeah,
right? Because this was only launched on when's the 3rd, so Wednesday. So there's not much price action.
What is that price as it sits right now?
This is in USDT though,
Okay.
but it is now at like 25.9 cents, give or take. Just ranging really. Obviously, it's had kind of its initial pump and kind of been sold off. I was just looking at Dex Tools. I don't know if Dex Tools actually had a little bit more. Dex Tools has like an extra week of. So this is obviously all the accumulation before it was. For those that know how these work, this is kind of all the bonding and all that type of stuff. Kind of the pre pump where everyone gets in and then it yeets, right?
Mhm.
So generally what these things will do is it's formed a base. It's kind of got this kind of RS flip zone here now. If I'm just looking kind of low, this is also on 1 hour on Radium, kind of on Dex Tools. So it's just forming a base now. So obviously hold 20 cents. 20 cents has kind of been tested and flipped to support. But you find with these as well, generally what they will do, they'll retrace. I don't even know if this has got an anchored view up in it. Oh, it does too. So kind of your best bet here for me, what I would think is it's held the kind of the initial anchored view up. Kind of, I'm just looking at volume levels. You can't really pull a profile on this,
Right.
but it's kind of holding the key volume levels. But you have always with a pump, you have inefficiency. So it could come back down to like between 7 and 9 cents, kind of this candle around about here, kind of this zone. It always come kind of like how you would expect with a range. Obviously, you have this as kind of your initial volume profile, and you break out, right? You'd expect that to be come back to test kind of as support. Kind of that's how I would think. So if it was going to drop, and if there was a case to invest in this, if you were looking to kind of deploy, I wouldn't deploy just yet. I would wait for all of the kind of to get back to the initial kind of before the initial breakout. And yes, it could stay bullish because just where we are in the market. But yeah, not really. Kind of obviously, it's just 20 to 30 cents. Basically, it's just stuck in a range at this point on the 1 hour. But yeah.
No, and everybody be very, very careful. It's a brand new project.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen? And, we're
launched on the 29th. And obviously, it started pumping kind of early on this week, Wednesday, kind of when it launched on MEXC, basically. So yeah, kind of I wouldn't specifically buy here just because of kind of how particular I am kind of when I'm investing in something. But yeah, kind of with meme coins, I always wait for like a 90% drop or 80% drop, kind of let them test and actually see if they are going to kind of have some value and utility, if they do kind of have anything really worth investing in. If obviously this is going to be a good project, you would expect it to come down, all the initial investors take a lot of profit, kind of do the initial meme coin in inverted commas kind of sell off, which is anything from like 70 to 90% of kind of the high. The high may not be in yet, so it could be kind of somewhere up here, 10 to 15 cents, give or take. But anything from like 15 back down to 7 cents where it initially pumped from could be, if you kind of find your key confluences in those areas, probably something to look at. If anyone is kind of particularly interested in this, that's kind of where I would start looking, not necessarily entering, but at least kind of, I'm not going to buy this at 4x or 5x already. it's obviously done more because it was like, what was it before it pumped? Basically, it was about 3 cents, between like 2 and 3 cents in the range before it pumped up. So basically did a 10x from this initial kind of smaller range down here. So yeah, I wouldn't buy something at a 10x valuation. Just not my thing.
Yeah, no, everybody be careful. But it's interesting. Pokemon's big, and we'll see where it goes. It'd be cool to come back in 6 months and see, what it did, right? Just what it did, and there are people that I know will, if they're in the Pokemon cards, kind of like that crossover, Jimmy. The card people and the crypto people, they're going to get very, very excited. Pokemon has a huge community. And I think that, I don't know, was that you, JR, that said that? He's right. I've taken my grandson to many regional tournaments in Charlotte and Knoxville and Ohio, and it's just packed, just huge tournaments worldwide. And so the crossover it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. Wifey, good to see you, Wifey. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, thanks, DDT, for that. Appreciate that, man.
It's okay.
All right, let's keep on moving here. We do have another thing I wanted to get to, which was the Gemini. So Gemini heads for Wall Street IPO to make it the third public crypto exchange. There you go, guys. So I mean, this adoption is just crazy. And we all know about the Winklevoss twins, and their exchange is next in line for the public debut on a stock index. Coinbase and Bullish have already taken the leap and have raised a few eyebrows, of course. What's next for Gemini? So I can hit the press release if I wanted to. I'm not going to, but basically the parent company of the exchange announced earlier this week that it has begun the initial public offering, the IPO, with the offer of over 16.6 million shares of Class A common stock. And what's really cool too about this is, like, right now, the stocks are being tokenized. So like right now in my, over in your, like on 2bit, which is, we use 2bit. We can buy stocks right now, tokenized stocks in your Phantom wallet right now. If you go in your Phantom wallet right now and you type in like the ticker for Tesla, it'll come up with the X. It'll say Tesla like .x. Those are tokenized shares. And 2bit has them. I bet you, I haven't looked, but I bet you MEXC probably has them. And we're just taking the whole stock market and we're tokenizing it, and it's happening, right? Again, we're in the space while all of this is occurring. I think 10 years from now, when we're looking back at this, we're going to be, wow, man, we didn't even know what was happening at the time. It was all happening so quickly. It's sometimes difficult to determine how to even take advantage of it. For me, loving crypto and trading stocks and being in the stock market, I just find it a wonderful blessing, because you kind of can combine it all right there. I own Tesla, right? So I go to my brokerage, my Charles Schwab account, right, to buy my Tesla stock. And I go to my Coinbase account to buy my Bitcoin. And now we are able to cross over, and you can use your Charles Schwab account to buy your Bitcoin ETF. And now we're able to use our exchange account to buy our stock. It's just wonderful. I just love this, man. So, but it's interesting that we're getting ready with Gemini to have them go public. Bullish news. What do you think about that, Dave Digital? You know the Winklevoss twins and the old Gemini story?
Yeah, man. So to be honest with you, so Gemini, obviously that's bullish that it's going to be on the stock exchange. That's good for Gemini. I haven't used a lot of Gemini, but I do think I have a favorable opinion of the Winklevoss. But as far as tokenized stocks, I don't really understand it. So if you buy a stock, you're buying into that company, right? I mean, that's actually what you're doing. That goes into their portfolio, into their evaluation. But if you buy a tokenized stock on the blockchain, are you just buying somebody else's stock that already bought into the company, or what are you doing there? I don't understand how that
I
actually
think
works.
it's kind of like the inverse of a ETF, right? So like if you go into your Charles Schwab account and you buy Bitcoin ETF, you're buying the paper of that, the traditional market paper of that. But the rules that preceded that ETF said that you have to have a one-to-one backing. So that ETF has to own the Bitcoin. And then there's some, and don't quote me on this, there's some that allow you to actually redeem in Bitcoin and some don't. Some you have to turn it into cash when you got out of that ETF. Or, if you're in America, back into if you sold it, it'd be back in the dollars. But I think it's iShares. I might be wrong. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I think there's one or two of them that allow you to redeem in the crypto. So the inverse, right, is the rules that set it up ahead of time, which would be with the tokenization of stocks. You'd have to get into those weeds on that and scope that out. But I would say it would be pretty much the same thing. Now that there's some clarity involved, you're buying a tokenized version of that stock, and you'd have to really peel back the onion to know for sure, Dave. But I would bet it's something like the ETF, where if you can't be just buying air, right? You got to be actually buying the stock share that's held in a treasury. Just like when you buy your ETF, you don't own the Bitcoin, but you own the paper that says you own the Bitcoin. Similar setup, I would guess. But I was amazed just last week. I went into Phantom. I had heard that you could get tokenization of stocks. And then when I saw it in there, I actually bought it. So we're like right now in my Phantom wallet, I have.
Really, are we sure that that's not people on Pump Fund, right, making a token called Tesla?
What I was going to say is on 2Bit, which they're going to come on our space on Tuesday, and we can really ask them. But I don't know if you got the email from 2Bit, but now 2Bit sent out an email and said, hey, we're offering the tokenized version of a lot of stocks. And I think they started with, and don't quote me on this, but I think it was like the Magnificent 7 stocks to begin with. So, and we can really talk to them on Tuesday about like peeling back the onion and describing how it works, like you're getting to, because I don't want to misspeak.
Yeah, but I would be cautious on Solana, because I think anybody can name their token Tesla. And
man. Of course. Yeah. You got to run. So look, guys, if you go to do this, you always got to run it through Dex Screener. You got to make sure that it's a real good contract address. I'm more interested in like checking it out on 2Bit, but when I saw it on Solana, it was, I spent like $10 or whatever to check it, but run it through Dex Screener. Dex Screener will tell you if it's a honeypot or not, to check the contract address. Always do that kind of stuff. Just don't jump into stuff like this. But you bring up a great point, Dave. Tuesday, we can talk to 2Bit about the tokenization of the stocks that they're offering, and they'll go into, I'm sure, and tell us which ones they actually are live with and how that works. So that's going to definitely be a great question for them, because I really don't know myself other than to understand how it works. I get it on the ETF side. But it says,
I mean, is that really any different than fractionalized ownership? I mean, hadn't Robinhood been doing that for quite some time?
Yeah. So, I mean, I asked Grok and I got a little bit of an answer, Dave, at least to help give us some idea. So there are some tokenized stocks that are real share-backed stocks. So the platform actually holds the stock in custody. And you can check the transparency results, custodial agreements, and all the SEC filings, etc. So I'm not sure which ones are which. There's an example. I guess FTX pre-collapse had the real Tesla shares for tokenized Tesla. And there's also synthetic, which tracks price via derivatives or algorithms, but there's no real shares behind it. So maybe that's what you're alluding to, aside from just, fake tokens that people, and then there's some that have a mix. And so, well, I'm sure we'll get more into that, but yeah, definitely there's research to be done to make sure if you think that you're really buying a stock, you want to make sure that whoever's offering that they offer something with real backed assets behind it.
Yeah. So one of the emails from 2Bit says 2Bit lists Amazon X stock, AMZNX, for spot trading. And then and this is on my phone, so I can't bring it up, and this is just a great topic for Tuesday. So I'm glad we're talking about it. About Amazon X stock. Amazon X stock is a tracker certificate issued as Solana, SPL, and ERC20 tokens. Amazon X tracks the price of Amazon.com Inc. The underlying asset is designed to give eligible cryptocurrency market participants regulatory compliant access to the stock price of Amazon.com Inc. while maintaining the benefits of blockchain technology. So what does all of that really mean? We need to really ask that question on Tuesday. That's going to be wonderful to discuss, because I don't really understand that. I just find it fascinating that there's a crossover happening right now, and I want to participate in that crossover, because I'd like to see it eventually be where I don't have to have all these doggone accounts. You can buy your stocks, you can buy your crypto, and it's safe. I've never been a fan of Robinhood. I don't know. There are probably people that love Robinhood. I just never really felt the security and safety that I would with, say, Charles Schwab in my stock account. Or in Lifer just had somebody, or just yesterday watching his live stream, he was talking about somebody just got scammed on Coinbase. One of his friends, he said, but they clicked on a link. So, you can click on a link from your Charles Schwab account too and have issues, right? Or from your toll road that goes through your state. I get those doggone toll road text messages all the time that say, "Oh, you owe money for this toll, and click here." And I'm like, no, I don't owe any money for any tolls. You got to be very, very careful. Exactly, Dave.
That was me. That was related to JR's eating cricket post there. I wasn't trying to cut you, but I think I did. Sorry. That's for you, JR.
I can't believe that they asked to open a club and Jimmy didn't spin his finger.
Well, at least I'm not the only one that understood free Shavakado. Wick's wife's in the chat. She understands it. Do you want me to show you guys what I mean?
Of course we do.
All right.
Wow, Get to Del Taco. They got a new thing called free Shavakado. Free Shavakado. Get to Del Taco. They got a new thing called free.
Years old, but there you go. That's for you, Wicks. I know, Billy. We're going downhill.
Where do you get this stuff from, Tony? That's
Jimmy, please save us, Jimmy.
Nah.
Oh, maybe next year for our trip, we can go over here to
What in the world is that?
this in Spain.
Oh, okay.
The 80th anniversary of the eye-catching, basically Tomatina festival, in which people fling overripe tomatoes at each other. Lore says it began in 1945 for local children, but these days it draws an international crowd. Oh, look at all these people. There you go. How would you like to go over and waller in overripe tomatoes, Dave? Look at that kid. Look, can you imagine that kid got lit up? Oh man. This is over in Spain.
Yeah, I don't kink shame, so whatever y'all are into.
You don't think that'd be fun, Dave?
Hmm.
Next year? Oh, got a little ad. Oh, there's Dave and his dog. You take your dog with you, Dave. It's interesting, different cultures around the world. Only get that right here on Billy Goat Tales, guys. God bless America, Pullman says. Yeah, that's right. All right, we're getting close. We always like to end the show with our special segment.
Cards and Legos and Legos and cards. What is a handsome man like me supposed to do?
Well, we definitely have a pretty cool story for you today. I guess it was last Saturday. We were doing a Star Wars break, and this fella popped in, and we were chatting with him a little bit, and his screen name was the Ginger Ninja. Didn't think anything of it. We finished the stream that night. Thursday stream comes around. We're streaming Thursday, and we end up pulling this sketch card. And again, not think of anything. Usually when we pull a sketch card, we like to contact the artist on Instagram, let them know where their card ended up, whatnot. So we looked the guy up on Instagram, and I noticed his Instagram name is the Ginger Ninja. And I'm like, no way. Is this the guy that was just in our chat last stream? And we just pulled his sketch card. So I reach out to him, send him a picture of the card. And sure enough, he replies back and said, yep, that's mine. And I was like, you were in our chat Saturday, weren't you? And he was like, yeah. He said, well, in all actuality, I invited him on our stream yesterday, and he accepted. So when he came on the stream, he was telling the story from his point of view, and it was just crazy. So he lives in Japan, and he opened up his own arts type school over there, and has been a sketch artist for Topps for a couple of years now. He's done several different of the Star Wars series, some Marvel stuff, this, that, and the other. And he said he was just, searching on YouTube for top Star Wars Chrome, and he found our rip and review video, watched it, liked it because we kind of made it funny. And he's like, I noticed y'all were live, so I just jumped in the chat. So I mean, literally, the artist of this card missed his live card pull by one stream, but he came on and talked art and the different techniques. So I always wondered how they got these lines so fine on some of these drawings, and he showed me some of the some of the pins and whatnot that he had used, and it was just a really cool experience for both of us, right? I mean, he found out where his card went. Um, he's like, man, I like to talk, so it's not a big deal. So he came on, we talked with him for an hour, and he's got some stuff coming out in the Masterworks coming up. He's got some stuff coming up in hyperspace. So I'm hoping to get him back on the show. Maybe we'll pull another one of his sketches, which is highly unlikely, but we have done it before from another artist. I think it was, I think we got it out of High Tech maybe, but we pulled the same Zach Woolsey. He's actually pretty known. We pulled 2 of his sketches within a week. So that's pretty nuts, man. Just a real cool story.
That is cool, man. Love that. Man, this crypto space does makes some really crazy connections sometimes with people. Just like, and just you and Taco Berry, doing this father son. I love that, man. I keep telling
definitely
Jimmy.
Gotta say thanks to you for popping in the other night, and I wish we could have got you some good pulls. Billy jumped in and bought out one of our crypto chaser breaks. I'm sure we'll do another one on Thursday if any of y'all want to come after one of these redemption cards that we pulled out of this series. This series is really, really hot. They've got you can pull 1 Bitcoin and a Ethereum, Litecoin, Doge.
Yeah, for $10.
I think that's it.
So $10 to try to get a redemption. I mean, I mean that's the way to go, man. So yeah, man, it was fun. It
took me 5 boxes. So I've opened 3. I opened 1 live on the show. I think I've opened 2 more plus one of the mega boxes. And none of the space stuff hit, but that was out of the summer series, which is just a small envelope with, I don't know, I think there's like 6 cards in it, maybe.
Yeah.
But super cool, man. Just making connections. And, on Friday, we actually made another connection. Probably the closest card shop to us. We went over there and met the owner, and we needed to pick up some more product for the stream Saturday because we wanted football. And I told him, hey, our order's not going to make it in time, so we're running a fire drill. And they gave us a hookup on the pricing. That's a Jim Mint card house in Sugar Land, Texas. They did us a solid on that. But lots of fun, man. I mean, when that kind of stuff happens, it's like, man, that's what, that keeps you coming back.
Yeah. No, it was a good time, man. I had a great time in there with you guys. So support family. That's what we do. Tex-Mex Biomax. Tex-Mex Biomax. I should just do it like this. Tex-Mex Biomax. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. You got the fantasy football.
So we're in the blockchain bunkers. That's the league created by Green Day Profits. So nobody's a winner, nobody's a loser this week yet until Monday evening. Until Monday evening's done. So right now, me and Redman are head to head, and just like you said earlier, Billy, these predictions are garbage. They're garbage. And it looks like Billy might start inching to give away the win to the Crypto Stevo. I don't know. You still might pull it out the win, but Crypto Billy's Giver's Game. Giver's Game team. We don't want you to give away the win.
No. He's gonna kill me. I lost my running back. I lost my wide receiver, number 1 pick. Yeah, that's right. So he's gonna smack me.
So Billy's talking about right here. His wide receiver, Xavier Worthy, got 0 points because he got injured early on. And you had that, didn't you have a clip up that you wanted to show, or you didn't have a clip up?
Oh no, that was of Kelsey getting the smack. Did you guys see that? Kelsey getting smacked by the opponent. It was crazy, man.
That's not me. That's just the computer resettling. Yeah, I saw that. And so Green Day, looks like Green Day is behind a little bit right now. French Toasters projected to win, but you can never trust those projections, because actually Redman was projected to be almost 20, 30 points ahead of me, and now it's leveling off. So we will see if Redman or I end up with a win this week. Who of us ends up with a win? I'm sure you'll hear about it Tuesday night, maybe. Maybe not, because we've got 2-Bit on, our sponsor for our channel. But it looks like Lifer. I saw that Lifer's kicker was on injured reserve, so I don't know if he caught that before he started his lineup for the first week. PPR Farmer looks like projected to take that win, perhaps. Tradeflies behind what is it? Victorious Secret. That's a Victoria's Secret, which is Kelly Kellum. So we'll see who wins there, and hopefully you'll still eke out a win there, Crypto Billy. I mean, without some star players, maybe you can still.
I don't know, man. If I happen to win that, it'd be total luck. So,
yeah.
Hey, but Tony, can you set up on YouTube side before we head out because Crypto Coin Mindset started their series, and I know we're a little over. Yeah.
So I can. Let me see. I have to go on the YouTube side, see if I can do that.
Yeah, we'll give you a second here. I was trying to pull up my fantasy football, but I'm down here in the basement, and the Wi-Fi is absolutely horrible, so it's not coming through right now. But because I have the live updates on, and I try to follow it live. I didn't see Green Day today. He normally comes in the chat, so he must be patrolling. He must be on shift today.
Maybe.
Wifey, say hello to Wick for us. Tell him to pump that XRP for us. We need our XRP bags to go up. Make sure you tell him I said hello. Dave Digital, any final thoughts?
Well, just keep it on watching this Bitcoin trade. Hopefully we at least get up to the anchored VWAP that we have up there. Maybe we'll get a little bit further, the 115 area. We'll just have to wait and see. I am looking for a few alts to pump. Let's hope that it does. If not, then we'll just make a new plan, wait for it to activate, and then go again.
DDT, any final thoughts?
No, as usual. Trade safe if anyone is trading. Always use a stop loss, kind of just as good risk management. And yeah, I'll be in and around the usual streams this week, so hopefully see everyone.
Which is our...
All right, so I've got the redirect saved, Billy. Sorry, go ahead, DDT.
No, that's me. We'll see everyone in the streams, the kind of the channels that we support. So yeah, take care, everyone.
Jim, final words?
All good here.
All good. Go over
have a great week.
Breaks. Tex-Mex.
That's it. We got our the transition for the stream should happen right when we close. So,
all right, guys, go over and support
the
Coin Mindset.
We are Billy Goat Tails. We love you, fam. Hashtag Givers Gang. We love you, fam. Hashtag Givers Gang. We are Billy Goat Tails. We are Billy Goat